When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
On the double. Here we go.
The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Apparently, line number 1 on the game plan, attack. Now, immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. And you saw it on that first play of the game.
You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Toss to the outside. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it along the sideline. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Coming out with it, it's Tuggle. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Snap to the back. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down.
And, Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
This crowd full in the middle. It's Hawkins. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that run game, make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Holstein. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Kane. Across the 15. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Now with the 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
Trying to find the end zone. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Auburn trying to convert on 4th down. Trying play action. Looking for space to the left. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn.
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
And he added the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. The give to the tailback. Finding an escape route. Breaks into the open. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass on second down. Punts it out of the air. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Running through contact. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared, right?
Turning it on! Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quick completion to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Complete along the sidelines, and that'll be good enough for the first down. third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Washington. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 7 over Cincinnati. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Holstein. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Simmons. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Using his feet. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Porter. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Carr. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. On the run, it's Carr. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. A sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Back to throw, it's Holstein. Finds his tight end. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. Auburn lines up quickly. The play action fake. Going over the top. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's Tuggle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Holstein. Going for it all. Touchdown, Tigers. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Tuggle. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air, it's Holstein. Time to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
On third down, he drops to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets away from one, finds room. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Second down coming up. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Simmons. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? He'll toss it. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Really good job by this defense, man. Fourth down and short. Great job playing the quarterback first. That's the most important part of the option. Don't let him get downhill. Now it gets to the pitch man. It gets a little bit outside. They run to the football and get the big stop on fourth down.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half around midfield. You can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big fourth down stop.
To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
This has been a tight one. Third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Motion from the back. Gonna swing it on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Looking downfield on first down. Looking for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the 3rd. It's 2nd and 10. He wants to throw it again. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looking to move the chains. Washington now on 4th down.
325.
He'll take it himself. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
And the Huskies look to keep this drive humming.
Cricket.
He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Get set.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Washington wants to go quickly. Wants to go up top. Not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Calls his own number. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Tuggle. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. And now on second down for this offense. And the pass is incomplete as the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Going deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And this offense continues to struggle to get this guy the football. He's one of their best players. Coming into this game, they knew he was a big key, but they just haven't been able to link up. They try another shot down the field to no avail. That's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Release to the back. Pulls it in. It's Carr. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long, but in a big spot in the 4th quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Carr. Oh, out of space. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing 2nd down and goal.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeper. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll step out of bounds at his own 13-yard line, and that will not go down on the teach tape for kick returns. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down come. He's going for the big play. Pulls it in down the middle. Turning on the Jets. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They want that clock to run. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Might be changing the route. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking left. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Carr. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. He might want another play. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Breaks the tackle. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. As they come to the line on 2nd down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Those last 2 running plays went nowhere. At this point, you wonder if you just run it again, punt, and regroup. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is in the air on fourth down. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Quickly to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, stops the clock after a short pickup of 7, and it's getting dire in terms of the clock.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Throws for the tight end. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, fourth quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be aggressive and try to climb back into this one. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. Let's see what happens on third.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. He wants a big play here late. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And as he throws, they fall to the bitter end, and the